What is up, everybody? This is John with Archer Fish. All right, in this video, if you pay close attention, you will see the string of events that led to me literally almost losing my life. I'm not exaggerating. This happened a couple weeks ago. Finally, I edited this video together, and just watch what happens throughout the video and what leads to this near tragedy. It was still pretty bad, but it could have been so much worse. Watch this, suckers. Now, I just got this lure. Had to replace my other mirror lure. So what I like to do is crunch down the barbs, because I hate to mess with these fish too much. Don't want to hurt them, beyond what is necessary to catch them. This is like the perfect weather. Perfect for fishing. It's so nice out. It's kind of cool too. It's not all muggy. Water's kind of cool. So looks like maybe just a trout day. But yeah, just waiting for the tide to come in. What do we got? A little trout maybe? Yes. First fish of the day. Little trouty trout. All right, first fish of the day. That was awesome. Now, I just got this lure. Had to replace my other mirror lure. So what I like to do is crunch down the barbs, because I hate to mess with these fish too much. Don't want to hurt them, beyond what is necessary to catch them. So I like to crunch these down. I was trying the single barb one, and it worked. I mean, I caught a ton of fish, but the problem is it kept getting snagged on my line. On the actual lure. Like, the hook itself needs to be replaced because it's too long and it keeps wrapping around the front of the actual lure, which is just a bad design. It's a Rapala. I prefer the mirror lure, but I couldn't find the one that I like, so I just grabbed this Rapala, and it just, like I said, it caught tons of fish, but I hated the way the hook kept hooking on the lure. So I switched back to the mirror lure, and of course it's successful. And again, I like to bend oh God, dog. Right there, right by the boat. Oh. I'm watching the fish right now, trying to hit it right next to the kayak. This is what is so cool about this spot and the trout and a day like this. Like, oh God, dog, hammered it. Good trout. God. Good one. Nice job, buddy. Little guys. Wow. 2 fish in a couple seconds. There's probably more right in this spot. Got to turn the old kayak around because it looks like I'm in a good spot. There's a flat behind me, and it's super shallow right now, and it drops off right here. So if you want to find trout here, this is what you got to do. You got to find where the shallow drops off to deeper water, preferably like grass flats or some potholes. You can't really see. I can see little dark spots here, light spots where it's a little shallower, but literally it's just, as you can see behind me, it's just right off this flat. I mean, the trout are so aggressive. I love, like I said, this overcast sky. They're chasing it all the way up to the kayak. Jumped up like a giant ladyfish. God dog. I just switched to 15 pound, which I don't like letting these ladyfish fight and splash so much because of the dolphins. Dolphins and sharks. It's a big ladyfish. Dude, what are you doing? You mother broke my thing. God damn it. I almost broke my line. Why did I switched to 15 so you could see it a little less in the water, and boy was that stupid. I was thinking like no trout's gonna break it. Got the drag set. I was not counting on a monster ladyfish. God, that's so annoying. I just got that lure too. It's a good one too. It was like 12 bucks, but it was perfect. Those lures, like the mirror lures, I need a certain weight. I like them to sink and to be about this size, dark color, and man, what a waste of my life. Watch this, suckers. A big trout too. It's just weird because barely hooked it. I don't know what that guy's going after, but I just want to hit shallower water, get away from that dolphin, because they, like I said, they will come right up under the kayak. Oh my God, it's just a nice trout. Like, he was not even hooked. He was like hitting it so strange. God. Oh, what a nice fish. Barely hooked once again. Gorgeous. I got you. Oh, no, it's still there. Nice one. Stop splashing, bro. Beautiful, another beautiful fish. So I can see why the dolphins were in this spot. It's basically like not a ledge, but kind of a drop off here, where you can, if you just kind of look in the water, you can see where it's shallow, and then when it starts to get dark, you got like that, like it's a little pothole or a little grass, you know, something where the trout can hide and ambush prey, and you just cast out into that. And that's why the dolphin work this ledge all the way around. I'm gonna stand up for this one, because I think you'll be able to see it. Watch this. You'll see the flash. I was literally just about to say, when the water's clear like this, look at that. Oh my God. Did you see that? I hope you guys saw that eat. That's a nice trout too. Amazing. All right. So the weather pattern has changed. It's windier than I thought it would be right now. Sun has come out a little bit. It's still kind of cool. But I had to move from that spot. It was very productive over there for big trout. They're all about 20 inches, and they're so much fun because you can see them, like that video, I hope I got it, where they just come up and smash that lure. I mean, I just can't, I don't ever get tired of it. I mean, say what you want about catching trout, but like catching 20-inch trout on a lure like that, on kind of a light setup, I mean, that's fun. Smells like nice trout. What a nice fish. Look at this guy. Beautiful. That one was chunky, man. That was cool. There's another one chasing it up. Man, that was awesome. What a nice fish. Only problem right now with this wind is I'd like to, oh God, same spot. Oh, whoa. So if you see where I'm fishing here, the flat is right there where that clear, smooth water is. And then where it gets rough is where it starts to drop off, and there's another flat over here. So incoming tide, you know, these fish are just waiting right here. Oh God, that's a nice one too. Those kids next to me are catching them too. God, these are such solid fish, holy smokes. It's not as big as that last one. Chunky sucker. What a nice looking fish. Look at that. Beautiful. Such a pretty fish. I'm feeling them bop it. And that's the importance of like fluorocarbon. It's very sensitive. So you can feel, oh, there he goes. Lady, damn it. Great. So what I like to do is crunch down the barbs. Why did I switched to 15, and boy was that stupid. Dude. That sucks. Alright. That's not good. I mean, I guess it was bound to happen eventually. Feels like karma. Hooking fish all day. Especially one of the ladyfish. I had to kind of tear the lure out. This is their revenge. It's not good. Alright, this is a first for me. Damn ladyfish, and I got the barbs in as well. I know there's a trick to getting this out. I may have to try to cut that. Ouch. All right, so at this point, I'm trying to take the hooks out myself. But luckily for me, the pliers that I was going to use fell in the water when the fish thrashed and hooked me. Trying to use this old crappy pair, and there was just no way. It just didn't have the cutting capacity, and it was too long to get between my finger and the hook to cut it off. So I had to go to shore, and thank God that I did, because that is what saved my life. Now, when I get to shore, the guys there were super helpful. They grabbed me some little rusty old wire clippers, and eventually I was able to cut the hooks off the lure, but that left the hook and the barbs still stuck in 2 fingers. One of them I was able to pull out through the other side because the barbs were already all the way through, so I just yanked it through the other side. It was fairly painless. The other one was stuck really good. The barb was really good inside of there, and this is the irony is, if you watch the beginning of the video, I clamped down the barbs on the brand new lure, and then once I lose it, because I got lighter line that I'm used to, and that fish broke it off, and I tie on the smaller one. As you see, I don't tamp the barbs down. Now, I don't know if I thought I had already done it on another day because I like to do it as soon as I buy them, or what, but I did not. And that is the big problem here. So I could not get the other one out. And the reason being is, like, the barb was already all the way through the finger, but like it kept slipping. I think maybe my finger was swelling because of the injury, and it kept slipping beneath the skin, and I just couldn't find a point with the pliers that I had in order to yank it out. It was just, I just could not grab it. Eventually I did, and I got a good grab, yanked as hard as I could. It did not come out, and it hurt like hell. It took me 2 or 3 tries to yank that hook out through the other way, and finally on the 5th try, I just yanked, and it came out. Now, the physical pain is very weird. Like, when it happens like that, I knew it was coming, but I did it because I thought, like, a doctor was gonna have to do it anyway. So I was like, I'll just do it now. And when I yanked it, like, I was like, whoa, it was like a shock to the system, right? Didn't seem to hurt that bad, but obviously it hurt me. And I got a little bit lightheaded. I was able to yank it out, but I got a little lightheaded. I was like, oh, I better sit down on this picnic table. So I sat down because I felt a little dizzy, and it's not the blood or anything. The blood doesn't bother me, but I guess the pain, sent me into shock, because I woke up 2 minutes later, and I guess I had passed out and was like seizing. And the guys that worked there, like, one was holding my head up and talking to me, and the other guy was holding my wound up. And it was so strange because my eyes felt like they were rolling in the back of my head like a slot machine. Like, I could not get, like, I was just like, I could not maintain focus, and I couldn't think straight. And I was like, I dreamt in that 2-minute time. I went through like a series of dreams and flashes and weird stuff. And so when I woke up, I was very disoriented. It felt like I was waking up out of a deep sleep and I was in bed or something. But when I recognized where I was, I realized what happened. And the guy's talking to me, telling me I was out for about 1.5 minutes, and then I like seized up. So they called an ambulance, EMT came, took all my vitals and all that stuff. And, it took me about 30 minutes to sort of gain the strength. Like, my heart rate was super, super low. And the EMT even asked me, like, why was your heart, is your heart rate always this low? I was like, yeah, for the most part, but also I was fishing all day. So, like, that's the whole point of, like, fishing is, like, lower the heart rate, relax, all that stuff. But of course I was sitting down in the kayak all day. Maybe that had something to do with it. Of course, the blood, I don't know. It was crazy. So that's why they say I was knocked out. They offered to take me to the hospital. I declined because after about 30, 40 minutes, I started feeling better. I was very weak and I could barely speak. They kept asking me questions and stuff like that. And, like, finally I was able to spit stuff out. And within about 45 minutes, I was back to normal. And the guys that work there, so nice. I always treat them well, and they're super nice. And, the guy offered to drive me home. They were just, like, super helpful. So, I got to pay them back eventually. But, man, so sweet. And that was it. The thing is like, I almost lost my life because as you can see in the video at the end there, I was gonna pull it out on the kayak. If I could have pulled it out, if I had the proper tools, I would have. And then I would have went into shock, and I would have passed out, and I would have fallen in the water because it was super windy. And even just being out for a minute and just not being in control of the kayak, eventually I would have fallen in and probably drowned. So that is what I'm guessing, would have happened, because it was so severe. Like I said, it took me about 30 minutes to gain any strength back. So I probably would have fallen in the water and drowned. I'm almost sure of that. So a handful of things happened throughout that trip that led to this. And then I was very lucky at the end. I mean, I'm not stupid. I was thinking to pull it out because I didn't really know the ramifications of it. But there was a part of me that was like, you know what, I better just take it to shore anyway. So that little bit there and not having the tools, man, it just shows that, like, any normal, innocuous day fishing, and something like that happens. I mean, you think about how many times you go fishing. You go out once a week, twice a week, whatever it is. Sometimes you go out 3 or 4 times a week. And on just a random day, something like that can happen. And it's quite scary, but also inspiring, though, that tomorrow is not promised today to anyone. Your life is not guaranteed beyond the moment. So you got to live right. You have to live, I think, with kindness and patience with other people, and, live your life as if it's the only one you get, because it is.